Well, good afternoon and thank you for joining me on Thursdays with Annette. Now, today is a very special day for us here at Simply Too Good headquarters because, can we get a drum roll please? Today is the show's third anniversary. That's right, we've been doing this show for 3 years. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh, how many recipes have I cooked for you? And I have loved every second of it. And I really appreciate you beautiful people that come here each week and watch the show. And really, I do it for you. Now, we've got Easter happening this weekend. So I want to do a particular recipe for you that would be fantastic for tomorrow, which is Good Friday. And it's my honey prawn stir fry. It's out of book 4. I just love this book so much. So that's it, book 4. And it's that fabulous. It gets a full page picture. So this is the honey prawn stir fry that we're making on today's show. So I'm a bit excited because it is a fantastic stir fry and super easy. Now, we had winners from last week's show. My gosh, the chicken cottage pie. Loved your feedback. Now, we have 3 very excited ladies. I'm sure they'll be checking and they'll find out soon that they've won. Marianne Brown. Yes, you won, Dale. Vicky McClurg and Deborah Barton. You've all won a copy of Book 7 and I'll personally sign it for you. Now because hello, I'm fizzy about today. Not only because we've got our fabulous show, but it's our 3rd anniversary, so it has to be a bit special. So please stay tuned to the end because we've got a fabulous giveaways. I mean, you know, it's all about prizes today, so stay tuned. Now, let's look at what we need today for the recipe. We're going to use 400 grams of prawn meat. Now, you don't want the tail on it. I find that so annoying in a stir fry. I'm sorry. You know, it's a bit crunchy. No, if it's got the tail on it, take it out. But it's 400. And you can actually, if you're saying, well, you know what, don't like prawns, well, you could do fish. But in the variations, you can do pork and you can also do chicken. So, you know, this would be a great stir fry for any time of the year. But that's what we're making today because of Good Friday. And you know what? I'm old. We were raised with having seafood or fish on Good Friday, and I just still do it. We're going to need some ginger and garlic. We're going to have some shallots, broccoli, carrots, snow peas, soy sauce, and we have the low soy sauce. You know, I'm all about healthy heart. Some low salt stock powder. I've also already done ahead the sesame seeds, and I've already toasted them. And if you look at the recipe, that's the first thing I tell you to do is to just put it under the grill with some foil, you know, and just toast them. It's really important that you toast them because they give them a stronger flavour. So I've already prepped that up ahead. We need a cup of water and 2 tablespoons of corn flour, but the fabulous ingredients in this is the honey. Now, I really like using yellow box honey because it has a lower GI than all the other honeys. So this is really a fantastic choice for those that are, you know, people with diabetes, for example. In fact, if I can just take a moment, the dietitian tip here that's written in it says this dish is very low in fat and high in flavour, protein, vitamins and minerals, making it a healthy recipe for people with diabetes. Now, of course, the traditional one, oh please, don't start me on the traditional one. It's battered and fried. It is not your friend. All right, so let's start. I think I'll prep up the prawns first because I have done them ahead, but I want to show you, and I tell you in the recipe how to do this. But the key is I want a soft prawn when I'm stir frying, okay? So if you cook it where it's just solid like that, it's a bit harder on the bite. You've got to bite it more. So what we're going to do is we're going to fan them out. We're going to open them up. So little sharp knife. See here, this is the back of the prawn. Just go in. Don't go all the way through because we're going to open it up. So you don't want to go all the way through. But there we go. Let's do it on the board. So I'm opening that up. See how it's opened up like a little butterfly? So we're doing all the prawns like that. Once again, down the back. Now, you might find if there's any of the vein. What is it? Vein, poo, I don't know, membranes. What do you call it, Bill? Vein. You call it a vein? Yeah, so if there is a vein in there like this one, just scrape it out. Okay, do a couple more. as I say, it really does make a difference to your prawns. And if you're ever doing crumb prawns, for example, you'll really like them better if they're done like this as well. So there's a tip that you might not have known. So there they are, fabulous. Now I'm just going to wash my hands and move this because we're going to get the veggies ready. I did wash my hands before we started. I did use my On Guard wash, and 20 seconds I did it for. Now, hello, if you've just joined me, we are making honey prawn stir fry, perfect for Good Friday. Oh yeah. So there's our prawns done. I've also cut the shallots up, so there's half a cup of shallots. And if you look closely, you'll see I've kind of done this all on the angle because it's a stir fry, it's Chinese. I want to make it a little bit fizzy. I've also prepped up my broccoli, and I've just made them into, I always say, if it fits on your chopsticks or your fork, that's the right size, because you don't want a big piece of broccoli going in your mouth. So with the carrots, we want 1.5 cups. Now, I do say in the recipe to to peel them, but honestly, the carrots of today, I don't think we need to. So you're going to cut it down the middle. It's quite a big carrot actually, because remember we're doing a stir fry, so I want it to have that sort of Asian effect. And then instead of going straight, you go on the angle. Don't do it thick because it'll take forever to cook the carrots. But you can see how I'm just doing that on the angle. I mean, does it really matter? I don't know. I think we eat with our eyes a lot, so I like to have it a little bit different from, especially if you do carrots, you know, with veggies all the time. At least this makes it just a little bit different. I want 1.5 cups of carrot, and the colour that comes from all the different vegetables is really great. And carrots are quite cheap at the moment too, so fantastic. I actually even landed up making the Thai carrot soup that's in book 5 or 4, oh gosh, I can't remember. I made it the other day because we had so many carrots, and so good, because I think the weather's chilled up a little bit too, hasn't it? All right, let's see how we're going. As I said, I want 1.5 cups. Let me look at my trusty little measure. You know what, I think I need just a little bit more. Let's not skimp on the veggies. Remember, you cut down the middle, and then, as I said, down the side. Now the next veggie we're prepping up, because I've done the shallots and the broccoli ahead, and it's a good idea if you can do it all, it's great, do it all ahead. You know, that's how I work it. I like to have all of it ready to go so I can cook. Now, if you're not sure about cooking, you need to join me each Tuesday for the month of April, because I'm doing a cooking class, like an interactive cooking class, and on Tuesday we made scones, and you ought to see the photos. Now, if your kids are homeschooled, why not get the kids in the kitchen on a Tuesday with me and we can make recipes together. I'll tell you about what the recipe is later for next week. Now, I've got my snow peas. You pull that little husk off the back, peel it off. Always peel that off, you don't want that on it. I have done the others, so I'm all organised. And now what we're going to do is, once again, cut it on the angle, but I'm cutting them in half. And this way you're not getting, like, you know, if you do chop suey, there's a lot in one of these. So cutting them in half not only makes them go further, but it also makes it easier that you're not getting a big snow pea in your mouth. Once again, on the angle, I need 1.5 cups. And then we can start cooking. Thanks for joining me today. Hello, if you've just joined me, you know what I'm doing? I'm making honey prawn stir fry. It's out of the fabulous book 4. And just to remind you, hang in there, because we've got some great prizes at the end of the show, because we're celebrating. Yay! happy anniversary to us. 3 years. Wow. Okay, let's have a look at that. Perfect. So I will take these away. Wasn't sure how many I'd need. And I'm chopped up and ready to go. All right, so let's fire up my trusty wok. Bit of cooking spray. And I'll start with the garlic and the ginger. Now you're just putting in half a teaspoon of each. And I like to infuse these flavours into the protein that we're having when you cook it. And I'm going to do what I think you should always do, and you probably know by now how I work with things, is I want you to put in the filling, the protein, and then we're going to take it out, okay? So let's warm this up. Let's get that fizzy. And what I'm doing is I'm going to then add the prawns in, and once they're cooked, only take a couple of minutes, I'm going to take them out, because that way the prawns will be beautiful and juicy and tender. If you just leave the prawns in, I've got all this other cooking to do. They'll be dry and tough. And you should do that with all proteins. So there you go. All right, so we're going to just place our prawns in. As I said, it's 400 grams. They have already been butterflied. That's what they call that technique that I showed you. And trust me, it's worth it. It really makes the prawns soft. And what a great way to enjoy Good Friday, or any day, having this for lunch or dinner. I would have had your rice on ready to, because this will take only a short time to make. And so you want to have that cooking so you're not waiting around for the rice. And it's a complete meal. You've got all your veggies in. You've got your protein. You're good to go. You don't need any extras. Let me wash my hands. Oh yeah, smell that. Oh my gosh. And really, prawns don't take long to cook. They go red very quickly, which means they're done. It's like fish. People overcook fish. It only takes a couple of minutes on each side to cook fish. So that's why, they go, oh no, it's always dry and tasteless. No, you've just overcooked it, honey. My goodness. Right, I think they're nearly done. Because, they are going to go back in and they will cook a little bit more shortly. So let's take them out. Oh, hello. Yes. Beautiful prawns. And, people might say, oh, well, they're expensive, but you're only using 400 grams. And I try to buy the smaller prawns. Don't buy the really big ones. Otherwise, you do feel like you're missing out. Right, so let's put the prawns just to the side. I'm now going to put in 1/4 cup. Now I've got a cup, but I'm only going to do 1/4. And this is where I'm going to cook off. Hello, are you there? Let's do the carrots and the broccoli. I'll move these out of my way. I'm so looking forward to Easter. I know that it's challenging times right now, but you know me, I always want to look at the sunshine in it. And the whole thing is we get to relax. We've got a project planned, me and Billy, or should I say Bill has and I will supervise, but we're doing a section of our garden over Easter. And I think that's the thing, because normally we'd be obviously with our family a lot and doing different things. So we've decided to do that so that we're utilising the long weekend in a positive way. And we're super excited about it. So now what we're doing is we're cooking the carrots and the broccoli just for a couple of minutes. And then we're going to add in the shallots. I'm just going to move this all over. Hello, if you've just joined me, I'm sorry, you're running late, Dale. We've been going here for a while. We are doing the honey prawn stir fry. It's fantastic. Now, if you want to know the variations, I've just written it up here on the board. Prawn is 1.7 grams of fat. A serve, yeah. a little bit different to, as I said, the battered and deep fried prawns. Pork is 3.1 and so is chicken. So you use the chicken breast and the lean pork. Okay, this is looking fabulous. Let's do the snow peas now and the shallots. Alrighty, I hope you've been enjoying my shows this week. My gosh, we have been so busy and I've been loving the feedback. You guys, thank you for supporting me with the idea of bringing more of the show to you, especially while we're sort of being isolated and at home a lot. So for the month of April, you're going to be able to watch me on Tuesdays with Annette, Wednesday with Annette, and of course Thursday with Annette. I know. So Tuesday this week, I did my first interactive cooking school class. So it was home ec with Annette, and it was the scones. And I loved the pictures that went in there of people making scones and feeling really proud of themselves, because to be honest, sometimes scones can be like just lumps of hard nothing. So my recipe helps you. Now, if you're worried about Easter, because you know, hello, we've got hot cross buns and chocolate and everything like that, then what about you watch the show that I did yesterday, which was Wednesday with Annette, and it was all about tips for Easter. Yes. Now, if you're interested in the vegetarian way to do this, definitely 400 grams of diced tofu, firm tofu. Make it firm. All right. Okay, so let's put in the corn flour into the water. That's 2 tablespoons of corn flour. That's it. And you know, you'll cook your veggies, cook them how long you think you like them to be. I like mine crispy, but I don't like them raw. Now I'm going to put in a teaspoon, let me get my little teaspoon here, of the soy sauce, low salt, and I've got another one in here because of the dry. I hate putting wet into dry, it's a pain, isn't it? A flat teaspoon of the chicken stock powder. Let's move that together. Oh, yum. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in the prawns back in. Yep. And one of the most important ingredients in the whole thing is the honey. Hello. And so let me get my little scraper. Now I've used yellow box. You know, it is one that is, as I said, is really a great low GI, good for diabetics. But did you know that honey is the only food source that doesn't spoil, that doesn't go off? How about that? And if you found your honey crystallise a little bit, that's the only thing it'll do. Like you could have a jar of honey in there for 10 years and it'd still be fine. What you need to do is either microwave it just to heat it up, or put, if you've got, oh see, everything's plastic now, so I don't know about putting that in a hot water bath. So in the microwave. Oh my gosh! Hello, honey prawn stir fry. Woohoo! Oh my God, am I a bit fizzy about this because I get to eat this? Yay. You can get to eat it. You just got to cook it. Remember, it's out of book 4. Oh, it smells beautiful. I can smell the honey. Let's turn it off. And I just think it is such a fantastic stir fry. Now, you can put the sesame seeds in now, but you know what I like to do? I like to sprinkle it on the top. And that way everyone gets their quota. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I have my rice ready to go. I've made some basmati rice. Let's serve it up. Oh yes. Doesn't get any better than this. Let's get a little bit of that beautiful honey sauce in there. And I'm going to now just sprinkle over the top. There you go. There is your honey prawn stir fry. I mean, it is so easy to make, So good for you. I mean, who knew weight loss could be so deliciously healthy? So you enjoy that. Now, if you would like to know what you can win this week, get ready. 3 people, remember it's 3-year anniversary. So 3 lucky people will win 3 cookbooks. That's right. 3 people are going to win 3 cookbooks, and they can pick whatever one they want. That's right. You could, this could be the ones where you're missing. So you pick 3 of those. I will personally sign them. You're also going to get 3 samples, because these are now available on the website. I'm going to give you a vanilla, chocolate and a coffee to go with it, so you can try the shakes if you haven't. So there you go. And hello, there's more. Each of you, fabulous 3 cookbooks, 3 shakes, and a set of my measure spoons. That's right, it's anniversary time, so I'm in the mood to give back. So, how do you do it? You like, you share, and in the comments, hashtag Symply Too Good. You need to put that in, okay? This is Thursday with Annette, and that's how we do it. So now, let's just recap. We've got the Tuesday with Annette. Next Tuesday, I'm making crunchy nut chicken. I mean, you can do it without the nuts if you've got a problem with that, but don't worry about it. I've got the recipe already up on the website for you, so you can be ready to buy the ingredients and cook it with me. And as I said, get the teenagers, get the kids in. Tuesday is going to be easy recipes that young and old can make, and we'll do it together. Wednesday is a chat session, and this week was on Easter, so check that out if you've missed it. And next week it's on mindset. It's getting that, healthy mindset going, and I think, at the moment, it's wreaking havoc with us, what's going on in the world. So let's keep our mindset positive and fabulous. So join me next Wednesday. And Thursday next week, I'll be making, what am I making? I'm making, beef stroganoff out of book 2. It's fantastic. So you know what? Happy Easter. Thanks for joining me. If you want more tips or recipes, go to simplytoogood.com.au and take care of yourself, and I'll see you next week. Bye now.